Hey everyone, Think Part DNA here. Got another review video today. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Saberforge Exalted. I recently got this as a mystery box from Saberforge and I was really excited to get it in. As you can tell, this is an Obi-Wan style lightsaber. We've got brass here in the thin neck and again for the cover tech wheel. So the Exalted was designed to be a comfortable thin neck. It has a lack of control box, as you can see, and they did it on purpose just to make it actually more comfortable and something that you can easily use two-handed. And I think they succeeded. It really is a comfortable hilt, especially for a thin neck. So a little bit of difference here from traditional Obi-Wan hilts. We do have the cross hatching to give it a grenade grip up here next to the thin neck, but most of the Obi-Wan sabers that we see from episode 3 and 4, this grenade section is all black. So Luke Skywalker, when he constructs his lightsaber, we see it in episode 6, we see that it's silver and black, but it doesn't have these cross grooves. They're just horizontal grooves with no vertical grooves, and they're silver and black. So this kind of looks a little bit like both. I think it's really attractive though. I really like it. So this is a sound saber, as I mentioned before. This is a veteran tier, which is the lowest tier sound saber. And it came with a purple LED and it has the Viridian sound font on it.
Saberforge Viridian.
Alright, well, I muted that so that it's a little easier for you to hear me and I don't have to talk over it. Let's look at some numbers on here. If I didn't mention it earlier, this is going to be an Exalted Mark 1. It's not really called the Exalted Mark 1 per se, but they did recently come out with a Mark 2, and this one is not for sale on the website right now. So this is just a hair over 12.5 inches long, so just over 12.5 inches long. It looks to be right here in this bottom grip section to be just between 1.5 inches and 1 3/4 inches. The pommel is probably the widest point. And this is going to be right here at the widest point. It's going to be right at 2 inches. The reason I'm doing multiple measurements is that it seems to be different widths. Right here in the grenade top grip section, it seems to be just a little thinner here. It's going to be right at 1.5 inches, maybe just a hair, maybe a 1/16 of an inch over 1.5 inches right here. So it really does look like a true thin neck. The turned brass really looks nice. And the emitter looks really nice. Take off the blade. I'm going to give you a look at the top of the emitter. Got some holes around the top here. It's a really attractive saber. Very comfortable for a thin neck, as I mentioned earlier. And this is a great place for your thumb to rest right here in this first thin neck section. Overall, I think this is a great saber, especially if you're looking for something with a thin neck look that's actually a little more user-friendly, a little more usable. This is a nice way to go. The thin neck is wide enough here for my thumb. It doesn't really hinder in rotations. It really is comfortable and easy to maneuver, and it's kind of the best of both worlds as far as a thin neck that's actually comfortable and easier to use. The Mark II has the new thread end blade, which aids in blade retention. So I think that's a nice improvement that this one could benefit from. These blades are really quite heavy, and they are very durable. They do a really good job of holding up. But even as heavy as this hilt is, which is a good bit heavier than most of my other hilts, most but not all, this is still very, very blade heavy. It helps for quick rotations, but changing direction is a little more difficult, and given the size of 12.5 inches, which is still not all that big, but when you combine the length with the weight, it makes it to where it's not the most practical for one-handed use. That being said, I'm real happy with it, and I'm looking forward to the next mystery box that Saberforge offers. I missed out on the scratch and dent. I'm kicking myself. I had 2 bags of scratch and dent in my cart, and I wasn't logged in yet, which is my mistake. So by the time I tried to log in and pay for the scratch and dent bags, they were sold out. And man, if you're posting pictures of your scratch and dent, I'm glad that you got some scratch and dent bags. I am a little jealous, but I'm happy for you. Next time, what do you think about the Saberforge Exalted? Do you prefer the lack of a control box, or are you a little more traditional with your thin neck where it needs a control box? Because if it was good enough for Obi-Wan and Luke, it's good enough for you. So let me know in the comments below. If you like this content, let us know with a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now, because we have another giveaway coming up at 750 subscribers where we're giving away a Prophecy V3 and a Dayblade. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching.